Oh my god, just leave me alone! One person makes a hate comment, the rest follow. One person makes a community post, the rest follow. One makes a shitty rant video, the rest follow. Now people are being like, exposing Shark Hunter, left and fucking right, man. Like, this is insane, man. I can't even debunk these, like, in a freaking formulated fashion. No, I'm just gonna go shot fire at this shit now. Like, this shit is insane. I'm waking up every single day to another video being mentioned to me. Rant 1, shark out of water. Well, anyways, I guess we can follow with the most formulated video out of the bunch.
Okay, hi. This is my first video doing anything like this before.
I seriously don't care. Get to the point.
I'm really not used to having to do this, and I apologise if I sound weird because I'm sick at the moment, and also where I live there's a lot of traffic, so if there's any background noise, it's going to be with the cars in the background, so I apologise, and I'm also recording on like my
Due to our 7-year-old laptop.
We don't need your whole life story, man. Just get to the point.
So I'll be talking about a YouTuber called Shark Hunter. As you can tell, his newer videos are just ranting videos on animation meme YouTubers, and his old ones, yeah. I just want to clarify that my problem isn't with the concept of him making the said rant videos, because that's literally what I'm doing right now. It's the content and his arguments he uses in said rant videos. My problem with these videos isn't that he's making fun of cringe or his opinions, because everyone's of course entitled to an opinion, and you know, he's 14 years old. That being said, yes, I'm fully aware of his age being something he used to excuse any form of negative opinion used against him.
How do I excuse any argument being made on me just because I'm 14? No, this guy said, you're literally 14. What was I supposed to respond with? Yes, I am. Is that your entire argument? That's not excusing me from anything.
However, I think especially considering the accusations he presents in these videos, he's fully liable to receive backlash or constructive criticism. So I'll be going through some of his videos one by one to show and give plain examples. Okay, firstly, the Sashly video he made, which is actually the video which introduced me to his channel. His entire point throughout that video is her so-called sexualization.
Yes, her so-called sexualization is not really hidden.
Of her OC Ash. He uses the term underage so much in that video, it started giving me a headache.
The video was a little over 2 minutes. What points did you expect me to make other than that one, in that amount of time?
When Ash is stated multiple times and even says on her ref sheets that Ash is ageless.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go draw a kindergartner, but you know what? I'm gonna go say that this is ageless, so I'm allowed to do whatever I want with this character.
And one of his next points is that the drawings are borderline furry porn.
Of literal furry porn.
Which she is exposing her underage fans to, and I don't think I need to explain how ridiculous this argument is. Firstly, her drawings don't fall under any of the criteria for any definition of porn.
Alright, well, thank you for bringing up the point of being a disingenuous liar. I never said that she was drawing furry porn. I said that she was on the line of drawing furry porn. I honestly think that making drawings that is on the line of a literal furry porn, which means she is close to drawing it, but not quite.
Which is shown here. And secondly, it's silly cats in underwear.
Look how she downplays everything. Oh, it's just a silly cat in a bikini. No, it is not. She sexualizes her characters and exposes it to a young audience.
And also, with the whole exposing underage fans to furry porn, her account has a clear age limit, which is 16 plus.
Oh yeah, look, there's an age limit. So like, do you honestly think like a 7 to 9-year-old is gonna go like on a fucking channel, click the description and be like, oh no, this is targeted for 16 and older, I'm not gonna click on it. That never works. Kids are still gonna view the video despite your fucking claimer, which nobody listens to, and they're still gonna watch it.
Also, Ash is around 17, correct me if I'm wrong, and will be 18 this year. I see no reason why she shouldn't be exploring her sexuality around this age.
How does any of this have to do with exploring her sexuality? Yeah, I'm gonna go draw something that borders the line of furry porn, but you know what? This is all in the name of exploring my sexuality. How about you go explore your sexuality in private where kids can't see?
With a clear age limit on her account. And I'm not going to spend all my time debunking every claim in this video because it's a waste of my time, but these are some of the other photos he uses to claim she's sexualizing, which is just poses, no underwear, no suggestive undertones at all. Unless having boobs counts as drawing porn now, and something tells me he didn't have a lot of evidence to use for this argument. Okay, on to the next video, and firstly, I'd like to apologize because I'm probably gonna butcher this name so bad, but I'm going to be talking about a video he makes called the Pastoroo Rant.
I will admit with that one I had the weakest argument out of the bunch. If you really want to know, the point I was trying to portray is that a guy should not sound like that and should not sound like a literal girl. The thing that was honestly pretty disgusting with me is how he sounded more feminine than her sister.
And I honestly have nothing else to say on this video except the obvious, which is this is kind of disgusting. Okay, so the whole premise of this video is that because Pastor Roo has a high voice and they portray themselves as a girl. Now he acts extremely feminine portraying himself as a girl. They're an absolutely disgusting brother and are a bad role model for a younger sister. Also making a comment on how they probably can't even protect their sister. Utterly just disgusting. You probably can't even protect your sister.
My stance on this is that if you have a younger sister, you have an obligation to protect her no matter what. But you know, I don't really think Pastor can do that.
What's the max amount of push-ups can you do? 1.
Which is such a weird claim to make. This is one of the observations he makes.
Now, what I think is the case, honestly, is that he took hormone-enhancing supplements such as puberty blockers, higher estrogen intakes, or something along that line.
And even so, why would that be an issue?
I think that anything that drastically modifies the human body is degenerate, which the definition means furthest from human nature. I don't think anyone should be modifying their bodies to sound a certain way. I honestly find that pretty disgusting, and especially to sound more feminine.
I feel like throughout that's just genuinely pointless ranting, so I'll be moving on to the next one, which is a video on a YouTuber called Cybersev.
Why do you cherry pick and choose the videos where I have the weakest arguments? Choose any of these videos right here. You're just trying to find the one where I have the weakest argument.
And stay with me here. He accuses them of content farming because, not an actual reason of course, but simply because he refuses to believe a 15-year-old could be that good at animation.
That was a side point, but the main point I bring was that on our social blade we see massive down spikes of subscribers, which is usually not normal. So I just assumed that YouTube was removing their subscribers as bots subscribed to her.
Which is something. Also shows clips where I'm going to assume accounts of his or close friends are spamming their comments with this.
I have no association with that.
Which I'm not even sure what that's supposed to achieve. But yeah, surely he'd have a point to back up the claim, right?
They have like tier 8 animation skills at the age of 15. That's just not possible. You can't produce this level of quality and quantity being 15 years old. That's just not possible. I love how she like cherry picks certain parts of my video and just ignores the rest of the points. No, that was a side point I made. If you actually looked at the points where it said, look at the down spikes in their social blade, that is not normal. She just skims through it.
Yeah, no.
It's honestly just not possible. So they're either freaking spamming out those freaking content farm shorts, or they're either buying subscribers off of online.
Or maybe you're just coping. I don't think I need to elaborate on how ridiculous calling a YouTuber out because they simply have more subscribers than him and are good at animation is. So I'll just move on. Okay, so the last one I'll be talking about is his response to a YouTuber who made a community post on him. And this YouTuber does a lot of vents, and of course, he no likey. And one of his points is this.
I think that if you have loving parents, then you don't need to vent. And if your parents don't understand your vents, or they think your vents are childish, then newsflash, they're probably not worth venting about.
Which is just so stupid. He's just mad people have emotions.
My point is that if you have loving parents that you can talk to, you don't need to talk to random strangers online who you don't know the intention of, don't know what they are about, don't know what they can do. Why are you talking to them? Why do you feel more safe talking to random strangers online who could be maybe even fucking sex offenders instead of talking to your own family? Your own people, the people who you know and love. And no, I'm not mad because they have emotions. I'm mad because they have a lack of self-control over their emotions.
I guess the whole parents thing isn't even a point. You can obviously still have issues if you have both parents present. And even if they did have no parents, why is that a point being used against them and being used to like kind of shame them? Like it's their fault or something?
Because you shouldn't be venting if you have both loving parents. Like you think your parents would like to see you talk about your personal issues with like a 70-year-old sex offender?
Okay. He also gives an incorrect definition of venting.
The process of venting is telling someone about your problems to get the stress off of you. You think making random animations that literally don't explain anything and posting it on YouTube, a place where you're supposed to make content creation, is a good idea?
When it's actually as follows. Venting refers to the act of expressing one's feelings, frustrations, or emotions in a safe and non-judgmental environment.
A non-judgmental environment. Yeah, that's a bit of a stretch, man. YouTube is the stampede of judgment.
It is a way to release pent-up emotions or stress and seek validation or support from others. Venting can be done verbally or in writing, and it involves two people, the processor and the listener.
Yeah, it involves two people, not 1,000 people writing sympathy comments.
The listener should support the person venting through demonstrating empathy and active listening. So TLDR, venting is literally just an outlet to get emotions out, and I'm so confused as to why this is an issue he's like nitpicking at.
If you actually read through my video instead of being a disingenuous liar and skipping over 90% of the points, newsflash, this is why I don't like venting.
Now let me go clarify what I don't like about venting animations. I think that if you have loving parents, then you don't need to vent. And if your parents don't understand your vents or they think your vents are childish, then newsflash, they're probably not worth venting about.
And also, in my humble opinion, I generally don't like the notion of people seeking validation through online. Their worldview completely depends on the validation and the support of others on the internet. I think if you're gonna vent at all, then vent to your family. And if your family are abusive, then vent to your close friends. And if you really think your parents are so incredibly abusive and they don't love me, then call the cops and let them take you away and put you in a better household.
YouTuber just strikes me as like try hard, like Andrew Tate fan, alpha male, shows no emotions kind of thing.
Oh wow, just because I said my worldview doesn't revolve around other people's validations, that means I'm Andrew Tate, Sigma, Wolf. If you're referring to the part where I said I build discipline, yeah, I pray 5 times a day. Yeah, that builds discipline eventually. That's not being Andrew Tate, that's taking care of yourself.
And the way he refers to women as females also really rubs me the wrong way.
Well, apparently the definition of woman is whoever identifies as a woman, so I want to go for the biological definition, which is female. Oh, don't you think it's a little weird to use a female to portray your animations?
And one of his jokes in another video he makes.
I don't know if you heard this before, but some magical definition, it's called, a joke. Plus, why are you bringing up shit that I made like 2 years ago?
Okay, in conclusion, his content really has nothing to offer. They're shitty rant videos trying to disguise as actual call-out videos. What's with the whole guilty thing, which is misspelled almost every single time?
I misspelled guilty 3 times out of 8. How is that a majority?
I have no clue. All the arguments have no premise at all and is just genuinely him coping and seething and grasping at straws to validate his anger and rage at people being better than him.
So basically, what I got from this YouTuber is that she'll basically cherry pick one of my videos, skim through 90% of the points, and then just pick an argument that she thinks is easy to deal with, and then deals with it, while literally ignoring every single other argument I've made. How about instead of taking clips from my video without context, you actually make an analysis on the video?
And to be honest, I don't think they could be considered rant videos at all. His videos are just him nitpicking and naming random individual aspects of people's videos. For example, the repetitiveness of the videos he watches, which is just very animation meme. And the problem all of his videos highlight is just the fact that he himself doesn't like it.
I don't know what you expected from my channel. Of course it is gonna show my opinion and my side on things. This channel is showing the perspective of things and why I think they are guilty. I honestly don't know what you expected.
There's no actual issue happening, it's just his personal preference.
Okay then, so what defines right or wrong? Oh, they're just personal opinions of yours. Yes, well, so are you. Everything we say out in the world are personal opinions and what I think is right or wrong. There are millions of people in the world that share my same personal opinion. And there are many people in the world that probably share yours too.
I've debunked all of his claims, and other claims he's made are just personal opinions of his.
Yeah, I debunked all of his claims, even though I skimmed through 90% of the video, but we can just ignore that. But yeah, the rest of it are just personal preferences. Dear, my entire video is about my personal opinions and preferences. What I think to be right could be wrong in a different area. You have debunked literally nothing except take every single one of my videos out of context and ignore everything else, and be a disingenuous liar throughout this entire video.
Which begs the question, if he clearly doesn't like the content, why interact with it? Because he wants clout, obviously. Just look at how many views his old videos were getting compared to how much they reached once he started making this shit.
Oh no, I want my channel to grow! Okay, I'm sorry here. Ego Central Shark Hunter here. I don't only do it for entertainment. I want views too, along with everyone else. I'm not gonna display myself like I came from heaven and I don't care about the views at all. No, I very much care if I get views or not. You think I wouldn't like to just like sit around making gaming videos every single day? That formula does not work whatsoever, and it never did to begin with. But this does.
Either that or he's just a troll, probably both.
To answer your question, no, I'm not a troll. My channel, firstly, has been up 100 times longer than yours. I've had 100 times more history than yours. There's a long history between me making gaming videos to commentary. It's a very long and complicated history, and it ended up with me getting the views I have today.
Either way, it's pathetic. I'm not going to insult this kid considering he's 14 years old, but I'm not using it to defend his actions either. And all I'm gonna say is, Shark Hunter, if you're watching this, which you probably are, at least structure your arguments instead of going off on tangents about things that don't matter.
My arguments are very structured, probably more structured than yours. While you skim through most of my video and cherry pick your way through it, I will take everything into account, such as the person's age, what they do, what my reasons are of criticizing a YouTuber, and many, 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 many more reasons that you probably didn't even think about.
Like your own personal preference. It's obvious in most of your videos you've just seen some content these creators have made and just created a video without any further research or any actual bad shit these people have done. And repeating how degenerate these people are, despite how much views you get off it, isn't an actual argument. Planning your points out and gathering evidence will greatly help your videos. And you are 14 years old, and if you plan on growing your channel in the future, then you have a long way to go, and I really highly suggest doing that if you want to keep, creating rant videos and commentary like you're trying to do now. Anyways, I'm not subjecting myself to any more brain rot, so this is going to be the end of the video. I'd appreciate subscribing considering how my brain is entirely smooth at this point. Anyways, bye!
So basically all I heard there was, wow guys, Shark Hunter's a really bad person because he makes videos on his personal preferences, which I am doing right now. But anyways, excuse that, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So basically what this young lady did was brain vomit a bunch of random points that don't really even make any sense and then just put it into a video format and post it online. Well anyways, moving on to the next video. Oh yeah, and by the way, sorry if this sounds like a totally different video because when at the time of making this it was. But yeah, I'm just gonna include this in this video because I'm not making a fucking video for every response video that was made on me. Hello everyone, and today I woke up to a pleasant surprise, a video made on me.
Oh my god, bro. Oh hell no, man. What?
The video title in particular is A Shark Who is Smart and Capable but really isn't good at making arguments. So yeah, without any further ado, let's go see what this video has to offer.
Hey guys, today we're gonna be we're just gonna be talking about this person. So basically, not too long ago, I made a community post on one of Shark Hunter's videos, and then he responded shortly right after.
Yeah, so basically here's what happened. So basically on her main account, she made a community post calling me out, I guess you could say, and I responded in the comment section. But yeah, let's continue.
Give me a whole paragraph. So I just made me want to do this, although it's not really video worthy, so yeah,
here's his video.
Hello everyone, and today we're going to be talking about a particularly disgusting YouTuber that I find absolutely morally reprehensible. Now these are one of the worst cases I've seen of a vent YouTube channel. But first let's get some insight. There's a 12-year-old girl making YouTube videos on YouTube. She has around 1,500 subscribers. I'm going to be talking about one video in particular that I find pretty disgusting. Now here's the video in particular. Now first starting off with this. She is 12 years old, and she's not only making a vent video, but she's showing herself in a noose. Like for God's sake, you are 12 years old. You're not even allowed to be on YouTube. You're in 7th grade.
Oh my goodness, guys, she's 12. She's not allowed here, bro. This is illegal. This is against the law.
Okay, man, you don't have to word it like that. I was just trying to exaggerate a little bit to reinforce my point. And it was that she's too young to be making these videos.
Bro, there's literally a lot of accounts where kids who aren't even in 2 digits of their age are posting to this day.
Yeah, like I said before, I don't really care if you post if you're young or anything. I literally did that in my early days. The point I was trying to make is that she's too young to be making vent videos, which we're going to talk about further in this video.
They legitimately don't care about any of this at all.
When I was in 7th grade, I was freaking playing with my friends and just trolling them. You have absolutely no right to create this video. No right. And especially not to draw yourself with a noose pretending to hang yourself.
That's why they have the character doing it, because You know, they wouldn't actually do that. That's how they feel.
Yeah, but that animation is a characterization of themselves. What they want to do, you could say. And I think that it's absolutely disgusting that a 12-year-old at that age would even be thinking of drawing such things and characterizing herself in a noose.
So of course they just do the character doing it, not the actual person doing it. Also, I need you to elaborate how any of this is really disgusting. Like, please elaborate. I'm really confused.
Yeah, sure, 100%. We have a 12-year-old, a person who is in elementary school. Not even, like, we have her feeling like she wants to kill herself, commit especially at the age of 12. You're not even a teenager yet, and you're boasting about wanting to kill yourself. And there's a very high likelihood that she's either over-exaggerating or this is all fake. If we look at her community tab, we see various pieces of evidence pointing towards that.
This is utterly disgusting to pretend to commit. When you're 12 years old, you are a prepubescent child. And yes, I'm also a prepubescent child, but at least I don't act like I'm a suicidal, like, freaking maniac.
Suicidal maniac is a bit extreme.
Yeah, but wouldn't you say a 12-year-old drawing themselves in a noose is also a bit extreme?
For someone who's putting their emotions in a very harmless animation, like, it's not that serious.
This is just absolutely disgusting. You have loving parents, a place to sleep, eat, drink, do everything. And here you are making these videos where you're drawing yourself with a noose.
Yeah, they have those things, but that doesn't mean that they're always happy.
Yeah, but just because you see me not always happy, you think I'm going to make like 12 billion vents on my YouTube channel? There's other ways of coping than just venting online.
Like, you don't know what goes on through their head. You don't know what their life is like, so you really can't speak on that and say that they're just happy and assume that nothing doesn't go wrong.
You made a pretty good argument there, saying that I don't know their lives and I don't know what their lives are like at home, so I shouldn't be commenting on that. But let me just go say this. I make logical assumptions based on what is happening and the proof I see, the pieces of evidence I see. For all I know, PewDiePie could be kidnapping her and forcing her to make these animations in freaking Elon Musk's space station. But I can make a logical assumption based off of all the evidence that that is not true. Anyways, let's move on.
You are 12 years old. You're in elementary school. And I know the people who are like, how do you know she has an abusive parent? Oh yeah, she has abusive parents. Yeah. Who bought you that animation tablet? Yeah. Who bought you that PC? Who bought you the Robux that you spent on your avatar? Who bought you that FNAF plushie that you openly display on your community tab? So that's the response to the people who are saying that she might have abusive parents.
You legitimately don't have any right to speak on that at all unless you're in their household, and you're definitely not. So why talk about this? Because it's really making you look really stupid, and it's not even that relevant either.
Like I said, I can make logical assumptions based on the situation and the pieces of evidence I've been given.
Now let me tell you something. If you don't have abusive parents, then go vent to them!
Abusive or not, what if they weren't comfortable talking to their parents about that? What's your response to that?
Okay, so they're comfortable talking to a bunch of random strangers online that they have no idea what their intention is and no idea who they are. But they're not comfortable sharing their problems with their parents, the people who literally birthed them, raised them, and want the best for them. How would you be not comfortable talking to your parents about an issue, but be comfortable talking to random strangers that you have no idea what they're about? I honestly believe that if you trust strangers more than your parents, then there is something seriously wrong.
My parents just don't understand me, but a random 60-year-old sex offender online sure does. Why are you venting to random strangers on the internet that will use everything you say against you? Those people online are not your friends and they're not your family. The only people who you should be venting to, if you should even vent at all, is your family. They understand you the most and they won't use everything they say against you.
Now, isn't that a good point?
And they want the best for you. And I highly doubt this is even a vent.
Yeah, and of course she skips over it. Just great.
Even a vent. This is most likely for seeking attention purposes.
That has to be the most disrespectful thing said to a person who's harmlessly putting their emotions in animations.
I simply speak what I think is the truth. It's not every day that you see a 12-year-old in grade 7 drawing themselves with a noose. And when I actually investigated in that and I looked at all the pieces of evidence, nothing added up.
Seeking the sympathy comments to build your ego up, which is disgusting in so many ways. Feel shame about what you are doing online.
All is what they're doing is just making an animation based on how they feel just for some relief, not attention. That doesn't make sense.
Surprisingly, I've talked to many people in the animation community, and some of them will just flat out admit that they did the videos for attention.
Also, you're not making the situation any better calling them disgusting and all this other stuff. Like, you're not helping the situation at all. You're just making it worse for them.
Okay, now I will admit that in this video, I was a little too harsh, and I could have gone a more pacifistic route, but I thought with extreme cases like these, I had to give out extreme reactions like this.
Seriously, you're venting about waking up at 6 a.m. to go to school. Me too. I don't like going to school. I do it anyways. Get over yourself.
That is not what they're venting about, bro. Stay focused.
Then what are they venting about? They didn't specify anywhere in the description or comment section.
And then the audacity you have talking about them like this. Like, dude, you're not in their head. You're not them, so you cannot speak on this. This shows how he definitely hasn't been paying attention in English class at all.
Okay, how does English class have anything to do with this? How does me speaking a language have to do with psychology? Like how they're somehow related. Like, bro, you're just having a yap fest. Like, come on, the freaking underage North Korean workers in your basement making that drawing for you have more brain cells than you.
Master, can we get an increase in our daily food rations? No, can't you see? I have to expose Shark Hunter for having cooties and existing in the same place as me. Like, you're drawing the attention away from the starving kids in Africa. Like, you think they're gonna vent?
I honestly hate when they pull this card. Although I'm not African, but I just hate it so much. Because if you're going to talk about this and not have any charity going on, then you just can't. Because you aren't any better bringing this up just to prove a point.
It's funny how every single one of these people can never actually formulate a coherent argument against this point. They're literally like, yeah, okay, whatever about the African kids, but you're invalidating people's feelings.
Yo, dude, this African kid number 45 here, reporting to you from Niger. Now, I do not have proper food to eat or proper water to drink, but you know what? I'm gonna go vent to you about how my parents are abusive.
Now, the people who are saying,
oh, are you invalidating what they had to go through?
Yes, I am invalidating what they had to go through, because what they had to go through was literally nothing!
Legitimately have no business saying that, and you know it.
All first world problems! When you're out in the wild hunting for food, you think they're gonna vent about how their feet hurt? No! But anyways, I think that is a pretty good wrap on this channel. I'm not calling for hate on this channel or any way, shape, or form, so don't accuse me of that. And anyways, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.
Hunter Shark.
It's Shark Hunter. Address me by that or I'm air striking your house.
Respectfully, you're likely to be the disgusting one in this situation, calling them all these things for something so small. Basically telling them to shut up and stop crying about it.
Yes.
And just cope. Get it together, dude. Like, it's crazy. You could tell he was sensitive about this. You could literally hear the aggression in his voice. But you could have been at least somewhat understanding and not assuming things about this person.
Just to make your point, it's okay to see how you feel about this person without it sounding a lot like slander. The only video that I find is decent is the one that he does about Sashley. I mean, it's sort of worth watching at least, but I'm still a bit skeptical. These videos, however, are what I think isn't really so good examples.
I could see why you can think that, mostly because a large portion of those are slander videos. The reason being is that I also want people to have a good laugh while watching the videos, while I explain why I don't like the person. But anyways, back to the video.
Most of these contain 90% of him complaining, while the last bit is just barely any actual commentary. Like this one video where he quote-unquote exposes the white Flareon with only one concerning thing that he mentions.
Everyone, and today I'm going to be talking about a YouTuber called I don't even know what to pronounce her name.
The White Flareon.
They can never just have a simple, normal name that they can just stick with. They always have to change their username every 1 to 2 milliseconds to the most weird, Neanderthal, incoherent name. Now, let's go look at her introduction video first.
Why, hello there. Welcome to this channel. My name is Snowflake. You could call me Snow. You could call me anything you want. I don't care. I go by he/they pronouns. If you don't respect that, please leave. Thank you.
Whoa, didn't you say we can call you anything you want and you didn't care?
I don't care.
But if we don't use he/they pronouns, then we should leave.
We got Albert Einstein over here.
I don't know. I think you should exit the room with immediate alacrity. See, the logic is already incoherent by that standard. But anyways, going off of her broken pipe logic, we'll just move on. Firstly, we have the extremely uncomfortable sexual content
that you for some reason decided to click on when you're not even around that age group.
I've seen many people say, if you don't want to watch the content, then just don't click on it. Let me just go say this. I dissect these videos and post them on YouTube. So, yeah, I do kind of have to click on these videos and review them. That has to be one of the most stupidest arguments I've ever heard. Like, I'm a commentary YouTuber. What do you expect me to do? I'm not the age group. I'm not allowed to watch that. Even though I'm supposed to dissect her content, I'm just not going to watch this because I'm not a part of the age group. That she animates with their animal, by the way. That sounds kind of similar to a different type of thing.
Yeah guys, an animation meme with a Pokemon OC with barely any sexual content, that actually makes you a zoo.
The rest of our animations are incoherent messes that don't make any sense whatsoever. But again, that's similar with 99% of furry YouTubers. So nothing really out of the ordinary here. You're literally just cherry picking my videos. Yeah, we just have a bunch of uninteresting and unimportant stuff that we just have to skim over all these points. Like, bro, if you're gonna cherry pick my videos, then at least say you're doing it. So her fans were extremely disrespectful. Even when I tried to be the most respectful, they just hurled insult after insult after me. I even had people trying to dox me and take my IP address, which, by the way, I'm pretty sure she openly condones on her server, which is messed up on so many different levels, but I'm not even gonna talk about that.
Yeah, with making videos like these with such vocabulary he has, I think he needs to spend some time back into the dictionary. Like, he's literally using these words over something so small.
I beg your pardon?
Did you just skip over the part where I said that she tried to dox me and she openly condones that on her server? And then just bring up like a fucking totally irrelevant point that has nothing to do with the video you just showed to your fan base?
As you can tell, I don't do commentary, but like, I've watched it enough times to like know what it should be like. So Shark, instead of whining about people over the smallest things on their channel and not getting to the point.
Okay, listen, if my video was all information, nobody would watch it. And that's for the mere fact that my video isn't just gonna be information. My video is a mix of making jokes about the person and having information about the person. And yeah, sometimes there's barely any information in the video, but you could say that with a lot of other contents that it's the opposite.
You should start talking about actual problematic animators like these. No pressure, but I understand if you wouldn't want to witness any of that actual disturbing stuff and not post about them. But you can't go and pick on others judging them by the littlest things on their channel. All I ask you is leave the people alone who are just minding their business and not assume things that you don't have information of. You actually have somewhat potential. You just gotta stop being in your feelings and whine about it.
Okay, let me go just say this right now. I heavily differentiate emotion from logic. I generally try to base my videos on my point of worldview and what seems logical to me, and I'm not sorry if that conflicts with your worldview.
If anything, you're starting to look like the attention seeker. I mean, your points aren't even points to support your claims, as they are more like excuses just to whine about the person without saying it's actually whining. And you're 14, having a whole fit about someone who's 2 years younger than you is absolutely crazy.
And why exactly does it matter if they're 2 years younger than me, or if they're any years younger or older than me at all?
If they was attention seeking, it would be very obvious. Also, you need more proof than their parents just buying them things as a reason they can't be abusive. Because, like, there's other types of abuse besides just physical. Like, the world does not revolve
around you. In other videos when you act like this, it's sometimes a little bit of jealousy to me. Not saying that he is, but I just hear it in his tone a little sometimes. Also, you need to be careful with your choice of words, saying this person is disturbingly disgusting when they're only just trying to harmlessly share their existence. It's really just dumb and immature for a 14-year-old. And with that being said, Hunter Shark, stop being a big baby and step up.
And the thing that puts the whole video together is the giant CapCut logo that flashes at the end. The only solid criticism I found was to be less harsh on the people I'm making videos on. But anyways, I think that's going to be the end of today's video, including both videos. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.